The human mind and the brains, in particular the human brain, is the most complex structure in the universe that we know. It has our memories, our intelligence, our different intelligence, our sense of self and identity, memories, um, different intelligence, our I don't know, our awareness and consciousness, our not sure what else, and um, we use it to make decisions, to have our subjective experience, our brains, including from other animals, and we we have different capacities. Uh, we humans have different brain capacities. Not all humans are the same. And I asked Gemini a question about the brain, in the human brain particularly, and my question was, the brain in particular, the human brain, is the most complex structure and organ known to humanity or human. It have memories, different intelligence, the self or identity. What can you say about the human brain? Here now is the answer. Here is what makes the human brain so extraordinary. It weighs roughly 3 pounds, runs on about 20 watts of power, less than a dim light bulb, yet holds more processing and flexibility and memory capacity than any supercomputer. It holds more processing flexibility and memory capacity than any supercomputer built to date. However, my brain it doesn't seem like it. I wish I have a much better brain, to be honest. Better memory, better cognitive functions like intelligence and so on. And the answer continues. Scale and connectivity. Inside your head are roughly 86 billion neurons, each connected to thousands of others, forming a network of over 100 trillion synaptic connections. Information travels along axon pathways at speeds up to 268 miles or 400 430 kilometers per hour. Signals are both electrical action potentials and chemical neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and glutamate. All memory and identity form. Your sense of self isn't located at a single set of consciousness. Instead, it emerges from dynamic interactions across interconnected networks. Memory constructions, long term memories aren't stored like video files in a hard drive. The hippocampus acts as a dispatcher, retrieving disturbed sensory details from across the cerebral cortex and switching them together on demand. Every time you recall a memory, you physically alter and resave it. The self network, your continuous sense of identity relies heavily on the default mode network, DMN, a set of interacting regions, including the prefrontal cortex and limbic structure, that light up when you reflect on the past, daydream, or think about yourself and others. Intelligence and neuroplasticity. Rather than a single fixed trait of intelligence in the brain reflects flexible, flexible coordination between multiple regions, problem solving reasoning, handled primarily by the frontal lobe, managing working memory, decision making, and emotion regulation. Spatial sensory integration, processed by the parietal lobe, combining sight, touch, spatial mapping, neuroplasticity. The brain's most remarkable feature is its ability to physically rewrite its own connections based on experience. When you learn a new skill, form a habit, or recover from an injury, neural pathways strengthen or prone themselves in response. So this is the response. You can ask more questions on Gemini or even ChatGPT or even Cloud or other AIs. So this was the answer Gemini gave, and our brain so have our intelligence, our different intelligence from music, problem solving, math, art, mobility or mobile coordination. I think at least nine different kinds of intelligence, and also we have memory, the self, the identity, the self the self identity of ourselves. So it also have our subjective experience and our memories, and so we are. This is the human brain, and even our brains in nature, in particular the human brain, is the most complex structure not human. However, there there might be life on other planets that have even greater complexity, other brain structure more complex than the human brain. And also maybe someday we'll make a supercomputer or even a quantum computer or whatever it might be, even more complex than a human mind, and possibly with AI or ACI, as artificial super intelligence, or even artificial general intelligence. But artificial super intelligence is even better. So the human mind is very complex, and it's diverse. The human mind is diverse throughout this human history. There are, and in the current moment, there are many complex brains. We all have different brains, and that's it. The human brain is very complex, and I wish I was have much better brain capacities for learning math, science, and anything, basically anything. And so I will be better. Today I didn't study so far, but um, I'm learning math. Human brain is the human brain is the most complex organ and complex structure we know in the universe. Maybe someday we have better examples like a supercomputer, like I said, or even aliens. So that's it. Thank you for listening.